with much anticipation. This should be the game of the day so far. Two unbeaten sides. Bond University up against University of Western Australia. Bond in the yellow, WA in the blue. And Bond restarts play. It's Western Australia with the first possession. They go straight out to the danger woman, Mata Eli. Takes four Bond defenders in her. WA now looking for opportunities out wide, and there's a bit of space if they can get it there. Pomeroy. For Western Australia, and that's another penalty. Putting the Bull Sharks back on their haunches as Healed takes it up the middle. Martelli drops underneath nicely there. Just going through the middle is Western Australia. Good defence there, and it's picked up. Turnover attack. Melanie Wilkes in some open space. Gets the off-foot away. And Amali Hala defence to attack to Bond University. And they'll open the account. First points. Western Australia looked promising down that left-hand side. Just couldn't execute that last pass. And the Bull Sharks, they forced the error. As we've seen so much today, the speedster Amali Hala does the rest. And no good on this occasion for Faith Manera. So the score remains 5 points to 0. Short kickoff. It's all taken there by Kuropa. Western Australia getting a bit of pay up the middle, using their forwards, opposing forwards in that. As Taj Healed is brought to ground, and the referee's found a little penalty there. Infringement at the breakdown. As Manera taps and goes quickly. Wedata, Wilkes, Melanie Wilkes flicks it back into Hala. Good hands there, and Bass leaves it behind, but she goes back and scoops it up. Does Emily Bass. But Western Australia may have forced a turnover here. But illegally, says the referee, as Faith Manera goes quickly. Part of the QAS women's squad in Queensland is Faith Manera, but she flicks out the back, and knock on there from Bond University. Back down with a Western Australian scrum. Crystal Walters to feed. And it's very scrappy at the base of the scrum, and Western Australia do very well to clean that up. Heel and Costello for Bond. Crunch. Good defence. As is this attack up the middle. Leaving plenty of Bond University defenders in her wake. Here's Kerriopa. And Wilkes. Wilkes has forced a turnover. And that'll be another try to Melanie Wilkes and Bond University. They were coming out of the line, slamming hard against the Western Australian side. Good jamming defence, and eventually got the result of pressure with the error. And guess who? Melanie Wilkes was there to get the 5-pointer. Score now 10 points to 0. Manera to restart play and pinpoint kickoff. Hit the line on the dot, and they get the ball back to Bond University. Costello now has a charge up the middle. She's been head on there by Rosie McGann and forced a turnover. Well, they almost did, and Bass now. Here's Wilkes once again, and Maali Hala, pinpoint pass, and Hala, she'll get try number 2. She's hard to miss with the pink headgear, and she's also very hard to stop. Maali Hala, 15 points to 0. Conversion unsuccessful. Score remains 15 points to 0. Bond over UWA. Manera restarts play, and Western Australia now trying to showcase their skills in attack with a bit of space. They come across to Mata Ellie. She gets the legs moving. Good run there. Putz will play it. Good clean out there from Rosie McGann, and still there for Western Australia. Muscling up in defence, and Faith Manera forces the error. She pinches it from Nicole Leddington. And Bond now on the attack. Ava Wedita out to Bass. Bass with a cut pass out to Costello in some open space. Katie Costello looks for that right fend, but great defence there for Western Australia. They summed it up perfectly and pushed her towards the corner as they fight for the turnover. But Bond still have possession. We just stop play here for a woman down for Western Australia. It was superb defence coming across on Costello. She's back to her feet and can resume action as Bond tap and go through Manera. Wedita. Wilkes. Melanie Wilkes flicks it back inside. Bond University probing up the middle. Bass out to Sims, where the pass was forward. The referee was right there, and that'll be half time in this battle of the two undefeated sides. Trail 15 points to 0 over Bond University. We've seen plenty of comebacks so far today. That's a good kick though from Western Australia, plugging a corner, forcing Bond to work out of it, and Wilkes sums it up nicely there to Maali Hala, and Hala in some space, and she gets that goose step going, and she won't be stopped. Maali Hala gets try number 3 for Bond University. And that was brewing there. Melanie Wilkes, she was stuck in the corner there, but she timed the pass to perfection. And Hala had plenty of work to do. He got the goose step on a dime. As Manera adds the extra 2, and it's now 22 points to 0. Bond University over Western Australia. back underway in this 9th game of day 1. Plenty more action coming your way on Unisport TV as Western Australia try the fight back to get back into this contest through Crystal Walters there. Leddington trying to find some space, and they do so now up the middle. Adelaide puts with the offload, and that pass just not going to hand, just a bit low, tough to grab there for Rosie McGann. So we'll pack down for a scrum. About 25 metres out from Western Australia's line. Options left and right for Manira. Faifua set behind the scrum, and it pops up and they go right side through Faifua, and then out to Wilkes, and Wilkes one-on-one with Marta Ellie, and Marta Ellie, she's up to the task, makes the tackle and forces the error. Big play there from the winger as Marta Ellie comes from the field now. She's replaced. Another strong game from the outside back. Newcastle with the throw. Elect to go short this time and wrestle to the turf, but still there for Western Australia. It's messy pass and coming out line. Good defence, Bridget Hoy making the tackle. Pomeroy, she's dangerous, plays for the Western Force in the 15s game. And it's popped over the top. Still alive now, Rosie McGann in some open space. In fact, that's the 15 on there. Zoe Gillard looking to make some inroads, but not releasing the call. Good pressure at breakdown time as Bond have a run now through Adams. Skylar Adams shows and goes, and the pressure of the breakdown is strong from both sides. Western Australia getting the penalty. Little kick through, sees a bit of space in behind, and off to the races as Wilkes looks to get back there and clean up for Bond University, and she does so. Hoy does well, and Georgia Sims picks and goes now. Sims in some open space. Georgia Sims, the girl from Gondawindi, part of the Queensland Academy of Sport squad in the game of sevens. And she had a look up, she saw the space, and she took it. $27 points to nil now, as Sims looks to convert her own try, and she does that. Make that 29 points to nil to Bond University. And Manira goes a bit deeper on this occasion. Pomeroy. Puts. Sends it back to Gillard. Gillard tries her luck on the outside of Wilkes and gets taken to ground. Puts, fires it wide. Out to Leddington. Pomeroy. Rosie McGann. She has a go, but she's tracked back and met head on by the Bull Sharks defence. So we have an attacking scrum for Bond, about 8 metres out from the Western Australian line. And it comes out eventually there for Faifua. Then to Wilkes, then a little flick pass over the top to Faifua. She sums it up perfectly. Bridget Hoy juggles it, but she just can't control it. She had to look up. She saw the line ahead of her. And this little bobble there from Bridget Hoy on debut this weekend. Mixed bag for Bond University this year. 6 players returning from last year's championship side, and then 6 new debutants into the fold. Western Australia now with the scrum, looking to go 90 metres up the field, and they look to spread it, and Leddington, she wants to play a bit of territory, and she kicks it down and gets the chasers on, and Faith Manira is back there to clean it up. Tries a bit of footwork, but she gets tackled there and gets it away to J.O. White. Already scored a couple of tries today. And not releasing. She tried to release and go again. There's Rosie McGurn now. Trying to get some points on the board for Western Australia. Leddington, has a dart through and she makes some inroads. 15 away now. Gets the offload back and releases the call. It's still there for Western Australia. Leddington. Rosie McGurn, it's ugly at the back, and Wilkes is there to pile it up. Adams. Jay White now in some space, and great tackle there coming across in cover defence, body on the line. There's Baker now. She's on her own, tackle there by Putz. And gets the turnover as well. Hanaki, number 10 with the turnover. Rosie McGurn back to Ellie, and she tries to bump over Faith Manira. Hanaki. McGurn. Back inside. Pomeray fires a beautiful pass of Rosie McGurn. Has she got it down? The referee is having a look at it, and she awards a try, and finally Western Australia get a very well-deserved try. Rosie McGurn, she's been sensational for the West Australians.